Previously on Sailing Adrift, we built the framework that stores our table.
The table that occupies this space will actually fold up and recess into this wall.
This area also has a separate storage cubby and underway reading nook. We added insulation to that starboard side of the hull and built it out a bit more.
Those look great.
Yes, they do.
Alright, I'd say this is a success. Go China. I'm ready to do it on the real one.
Are you?
Yep, here we go.
Remember a while back when we started building the table?
Right here. How close to the leg that is.
Yeah, that's kind of nerve-wracking.
Tight line. That should give me plenty of room to do the rest. The next step in the evolution of this is to sand this area down and then trace our logo into the circle. And then it's the crafty part where I have to use a Dremel to cut it precisely. There. I've got our logo pretty well chipped out. I think that looks pretty good.
That looks awesome.
You dig it?
Yeah, that looks super cool.
I'm going to fill it with aluminum colored epoxy and make it pop like a mofo.
What's your ratio?
A little this, a little that. So this is the pigment, so we're just testing it to see if we like the look of it. There's not much in there, but there's also not much epoxy. So, I'm just mixing it up. That seems like pretty good.
Sure, I can't see it.
Oh, you can't?
No. Oh, there we go.
See that?
Yeah.
What do you think of this color?
Reminds me of the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, we should inhale it and then go to the hospital and die. So this is a cool little aluminum color. Kind of going with all our accent pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Chris asked me what I thought and then went another way.
Oh, you had the wrong answer, Kelly. It's not my fault.
Sure.
There, we'll let that harden overnight, sand it up, and see what it looks like.
Story of my life.
Okay, I thought about just like pouring it out of the cup, and I think that would work, but to get the ultimate control, we're going to use a piping bag. It's not super hot yet. It's slated to be 100 degrees today. And I can already feel this stuff starting to warm up, so I'm going to hustle a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. Let's start with the relatively easy part. Even though we're going to be sanding this down, I'd rather not get any more overfill than I have to because there's grain and it'll sit in the little cracks in the wood face, and you'll be able to see it even after sanding. So I'm going to try to do this as precisely as possible. Obviously that's already out the window. Alright, well this is obviously the first time I've done this. We'll let that sit out here, see how bad it gets, see how many bubbles are in there, and hope for the best. We'll deal with any fallout later. To be continued.
We found this woodworking shop in Portland that will plane your project for a set fee per hour. Figured our planer isn't wide enough and this beats hours of meticulous sanding, so let's give it a go.
Maybe just one more small pass to try to get this flush. I can fix it. Well, that almost disappeared. I know. Oh well, that's my own fault. I can do it later. I just wanted to get everything smooth.
The other thing we had done was squaring up the table. The whole thing took about 15 minutes start to finish, which just goes to show you how much easier it is to get things done when you have the right tools. And then we cut it in half.
Well, that's gonna need some work, but overall, that was time and effort well spent because that turned out awesome. So that was a really cool process. I mean, you go in there and they charge 150 bucks an hour with a half-hour minimum, so you're paying $75 because that literally took 10 minutes. And they planed it on both sides. Obviously, I didn't go as deep as I thought I did with the logo, but I think I can touch that up because we're going to have to float the epoxy over the top anyway and then add the varnish. So I'll just get out my tools and retrace my steps and grind that down. Fill it with more epoxy. Seems easy, but it's not going to be easy. I'm just trying to psych myself up for more work. Redone the logo and notched out all the spots that were funky around the perimeter. We're going to attempt, and I don't think it'll work, to inlay the epoxy without causing any kind of trouble on the surrounding area. And to do that, I'm going to use this, a syringe. I'm going to suck up the epoxy and then eject it into the grooves. Hoping that'll work. Cross your fingers. All right, pretty happy with it. Everything's proud of the surface. We got a lot of the bubbles out. I'm hoping sanding won't be a bear because we're not gonna have the benefit of having that fancy machine just come knock it down to the right height. Although I wonder if I snuck in there and was like, hey, you guys did this for me. I paid for a half hour. It only took 10 minutes. What do you say you make one more pass with your fancy machine? They might do it. Okay, now that we fix this, round two.
And they did.
That looks much better than last time. Perfect. I'll probably just take care of that, man. That's what happened yesterday when we did it.
Really?
Well,
you're not going for a are you using a laser?
No, just a Dremel.
A Dremel?
Yeah.
Holy oh, I'm sorry about that, man.
That's all right. I'll give it one more shot. We'll be okay. All right, good deal. Thanks again. This is attempt number 3 to get this inlay figured out. And if this doesn't work, I don't know how excited I'm going to be about attempt number 4. I'm going to hand sand this because when I've taken it in, they kind of destroy my inlay, and it's my own fault. I'm not going deep enough all the way through, so I'll have wood spots show through. Hopefully this works and we don't have to worry about it going forward, but I'm going to take a cautiously aggressive approach to sanding this, and we'll see how it turns out. Wish me luck. The side rails look pretty great. There is some problems with the logo itself. This is the 2 tones from the 2 different pourings of epoxy. It's amazing the variance on basically the exact same ratios I thought I was doing. Obviously not, or it doesn't take much to change how that appears. Plus there's some wood showing through. I'm encouraged. This looks way better than anything we've had so far. From back here it looks pretty good. Next step is to fit the rim with this product right here. This is 1/8 wide on each of these legs and 3/4 by 3/4 inch aluminum channel. So we're gonna actually use this to go all the way around the edge. So it'll look like that. Doesn't that look awesome? Nice and flush, feels great. Feels really great. Then we'll have to work on the skirt that goes underneath and the folding mechanism. So much to do. But we can check this off the list.
Tune in next week when we make this thing shine and see if it works. Hey you, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw and you want to keep following along, become a subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button below. And special thanks to our patron crew. We really appreciate your support.
No way, man. It's gotta be good.
I don't want to waste time and money. That's my philosophy.
'Cause that's what mofos do.
They pop.
Pop, pop. Man, this sucks. Sucks huge monkey dick. My face. Shh. Quiet on the set, quiet on the set. That's a lot of chest, Chris. No one wants to see that.